Oh, we boy, when I say y'all, it's cold outside. Lord, when I say, how did this happen? Chattanooga don't even get weather like this. Like, for real. And it's supposed to be snowing next week. Now, in October, y'all can't tell me something ain't going on. But anyway, since y'all so invested in my doggone life, now y'all got the judge watching me too. Hey, judge, how you doing? I don't know your name, but I know you watch me. I mean, even though I just seen you the other day, I didn't get your name. I don't even think you told me. I don't think nobody said nothing. But anyway, since you watching, it's going to be a lot of information that you're going to get about this case that I wasn't able to tell you in 10 minutes, sitting in front of you, because it's way more than just a custody battle between kids. Trust me, it's way more than that. All this was premeditated and planned out to the T by I'm pointing to my right side. So, you was looking at me. So the people that was on my right side, because my lawyer said I don't need to be saying no names for real. So you know who I'm talking about. And I still don't have communication with the man that was on the left side. I texted him earlier to see my child since he don't have order of protection against me. I didn't get no response. So they can't say that I wasn't trying to see my children, because she stay right down the street. So, if I walk back and forth to the store or back and forth to work, it's not a problem for me to walk down the street and see my child. He know that I had already told him until all this was over with, because that's like my friend. You got to understand, before me and him had a baby together, he was like a homie, like best friend type stuff. We've been knowing each other since I believe I was in the 6th grade. So, it didn't happen like the other two relationships happened. But anyway, um, it's a lot that happened today, Judge. Yes, I did the evaluation, but you gotta understand, they do the first evaluation over the phone, and I had already did that. So now I'm getting help with getting transportation back and forth to the place to, continue the evaluation, I guess. Because even though I've already did the first one over the phone, they're trying to see about my 10 care to see if they'll pay for a ride. Not to mention, thankfully, I got a ride from the store because it was cold, and I twisted my ankle. Yes, I walked from my house to juvenile court yesterday and back. Yeah, because I was real mad. Now you can ask the officer that was outside, in the little waiting area. I went to go touch my son, and the two individuals that don't supposed to be there with my child. I mean, I guess they could be there with my child, but one that was in there testifying and another person was out in the waiting room. Both of them have order of protection out against me, but they was there at my court hearing about my children, and I couldn't touch my son. So you wonder why it's not okay for me to talk to these people, because of that fact right there. And your officer that was right there, he can tell you exactly what was going on the whole way. I mean, it was really awful, honestly. You want me to try to get along with people that's deliberately doing things in order for me to flip out about my children. Because these people act like the child came out of their crotch. Like they carried the doggone baby. Now, that's the reason why I believe no one should be there unless it's the parents, of the child, mother and father. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why every court hearing we got to go to, I got to see a whole family for one person, when I'm just like, it's about this man and my son, like our child, me and him, not me, him, and everybody else that's there. Now, this happened both times that I went to the court hearings about my children, both of them. The first time I went to go grab my son, and it was an issue for the other individuals that was there that shouldn't even been there. Honestly, like, if he's gonna bring my child, cool. If he's not, then everybody with him shouldn't even be there. Now, I can't say no names, but once again, your officer that's in the lobby, they can tell you exactly who it was, because I believe he was there both times the situation happened. Anywho, with them lying and said I exploited my child, Judge, did you listen to the video of my daughter's testimony? It's like 5, 6 videos down below. Yeah. Um, yeah, listen to her testimony. And then you can see in the rest of these videos, I don't just be sitting here making videos talking about people. Trust me, it's about a whole bunch of other stuff that they trying to cover up. But her video and her testimony down below got the case opened back, because everybody tried to make it seem like I lied and told my daughter to say something that I didn't even know happened, because even in the video and the testimony down below, it was things that she was telling me that I didn't know. And I cried. Like, I cried myself to sleep that night. Like, seriously, I believe that you'll be able to hear that in the video above the testimony. I, yeah, I was a wreck. And this is where the mental illnesses come from. Now, you got to understand, when you're mentally being abused, it can turn into a mental illness, or it could just turn into a mental breakdown or a mental moment. All of those things right now got me to the point where my caseworker that I went voluntarily and got is trying to see if I can get some type of unemployment or something due to the situation surrounding me and my children, or like temporary some temporary assistance for as a mental point blank period. Judge, what I'm trying to say is, if I'm mental, then that means that I need to be getting some type of assistance for being mental, right? Because I'm not able to actually do a job, especially because you actually made it to where I have to go get a mental evaluation. So that's not good. When you go back to your job and say you got to have a mental evaluation, they start looking at you funny. And even going to another job, if I tell them, well, I have to go to mental or something like that, they're not going to look at me as a candidate of being stable to go to work, even though I am. So that kind of put me at a bind for real. Um, and with that being said, that's kind of hard for me to pay my bills on my own, you know. And that leaves me with a whole bunch of time to actually kind of do nothing besides be at home by myself. But you'll see in the videos down below, I've been at home by myself. That's all I do. And it was word around town from my oldest children's father that I was out here prostituting my body. I was selling my body for drugs. I do drugs. When you seen, I didn't know that you was gonna give me a drug screen at all. Now, when so said person came in there and said that I was talking about you, and that's probably the reason why you was listening, to make sure that I wasn't threatening you, and I didn't threaten you or nobody else. And that's just period. You're more than welcome to listen to all the videos. That's the reason why I record them and I post them. So can't nobody say that I said something that I didn't say. Okay? All right. Anyway, let's get to it. I told you the same thing that I told the other judge about Miss Knox, which is a CPS worker, not giving me a drug screen. I have text messages and proof that I asked her. The sheriff also know that she told him that she was going to come and do it. Which, I mean, what was the point of her lying about it? If you was not going, when I came to her and asked her about a drug screen, she told me that the case was closed between CPS and me because there was no order of protection against me and my children. The same reason why I was irritated about them calling the officer over there when I decided to touch my child. They make it seem like I can't touch my children or be around my kids. No, it's these parents or adults in the situation that got an order of protection out against me. It's the reason why I can't touch my children or be around my children, which, if you ask me, does not make sense at all. But I told the judge that, and he gave me a report from May 3rd of when Ms. Knox came to my house, and I voluntarily gave her a drug screen because I told her I don't think the weed that I was smoking, marijuana, my bad, I don't think that it was correct. It was something not right with it at all. And I told her that, I don't have nothing to hide at all. I don't, and then I don't lie. Now, if you would ask me something about me, I do not lie. If you go look at them videos down below, anything that I have ever done wrong, I will tell on myself. Seriously, I don't have a reason to lie because I don't do anything that I have a reason to have to hide or feel like I have to hide. If you understand that. So, yes, Judge, I'm smoking a cigarette. Yes, I am. Hold on, let me get all the information because it's hard for me to give my whole day information in 25 minutes, and that's mainly what I do or what's going on within my life at the current moment in 25 minutes. Why these people try to make it seem like I was just talking about them, and they ain't even supposed to be watching me because I ain't even tell them about this page at all. They was looking for me. They gonna try to make it seem like I was bothering them. No, I'm telling them or telling anybody else exactly what's going on in my life, which I have the right to do. But whatever. So the judge, I didn't even know y'all can give drug screens at all. Why no? Why the other judge didn't give me a drug screen on the scene before he actually granted these men custody of my children? He would have been able to see then that my system was clean in August. Which only thing I do, judge, is smoke weed, marijuana. I apologize. Um, Look, it's a lot of things. The reason why mentally I smoke. Seriously, I know it's illegal. I know. But I haven't smoked in a while, and you've seen that because my screen is clean. For me to be out here by myself with nothing else to do, trust me, I'm pretty sure that I would be able to get myself in a lot of trouble. So that shows a lot of how can I put it? I call it like groundness, like grounding yourself. Like in my situation, even though I'm in the house by myself, I don't have friends and stuff coming over. We ain't partying. I don't even do none of that. Like I stayed in Chattanooga my whole life, and I don't even party at all. I don't go out. You don't see me outdoors late. This was before and after. Well, I can't say before I hit 18, because before I hit 18, I actually had two jobs, and I was helping my mother raise my niece and nephew, which I continue to keep doing after I moved out of her house, and I was pregnant with my own child. So before I had my 8 children, I was already parenting two other children that was not mine, and have been since the age of 14, 15 years old. And my mother had an in-home daycare called Shelley's Daycare. So I've been around kids forever. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I knew you was watching me. It'll get complicated how I know that you watching me. Just listen to the videos down below. It's like I'm able to feel your energy watching me, because you want to know more about the situation, because something just don't seem right. And I was something like, yeah, I know it don't seem right. And the two ladies that were sitting over there that was not saying anything, when she was hearing the story about how long I've been a parent on my own, and these men just walked out, didn't really do nothing, then all of a sudden I went mental within 5 months, they just like, okay, something just ain't clicking right. Yes, I know. It's, trust me, it's whatever they trying to keep hidden. Anywho, like I said, the testimony with my daughter actually got the case reopened because it was her testimony that she wanted to actually put out there. It's not something that I made her. When I was talking to my kids, I didn't even know that they was at their godmother's house. I didn't know who was all over there. I didn't know none of that. I just ended up getting a text message, and I replied, and then I decided to call because I don't like texting my doggone children. And of course, any concerned parent gonna ask how your child feeling, what's going on, you okay, yada yada yada. She decided to want to talk about the situation. I asked her, was it okay if I recorded her? She said yes. I paused it. I started recording. I should have recorded the whole, conversation, but me and my kids don't be talking about nothing for real. They were talking about school. Sanaya was telling me about a friend that she met that was they had the same name as her. She was talking about another friend that got the same birthday as her. Danae was talking about soccer. Damien said he didn't have a game. They was playing, the normal kid stuff. But my daughter, as we were talking about the situation, obviously gave me more information that I really wanted to know, actually. Um, and it brought me down, Judge. It really did. I know you'll be able to see in the end of the video that I said that I was really finna just go cry, because it was a lot of stuff that I did not know. When she first told me about it, she said she only sent 2 pictures of her bottom, and then it got from that to her actually telling me the truth about what she did. That's heartbreaking for any parent to hear, especially about your 9-year-old child. She was 9 at the time. She's 10 presently. So you know that's what was going on, and with her giving her testimony for her own free will, got the case reopened. So no, I wasn't exploiting my kids. I was actually getting real justice for my child, or my daughters, should I say, in a situation that people lied and said that I fabricated the story. So of course I'm going to continue to keep on talking about it and bring awareness to the situation, because no parent in their right mind would even tell a child to lie like that. That just doesn't make sense at all. So um I got word today that they reopened the case, and they're looking into it, because the person of interest actually just put an order of protection out against me last week, and I have to go to court Thursday about the situation, when I haven't had contact with this woman in almost a year. And I cut contact with her, meaning I blocked her from the social site that I had. I don't have this girl's number. I don't know where she works at. I don't know where she lives. I don't know where her kids go to school. I'm not connected with nobody that's connected with her. I don't know what's going on in this girl's life, because I'm not around her at all. Don't have no kind of communication with her. So even the order of protection was a whole lie. What she put even on the paper and documents, including the other individuals that got the order of protection, was a lie. Only place that I talk is here. So if they're watching me on here, then that's on them, because I didn't give neither one of these people my page. The 3 women that got an order of protection out against me, I don't even associate with them at all. And my son's father, I don't associate with him either. So I was trying to figure out how in the world they was gonna do this, knowing that I don't have any direct communication with them, which you already felt was kind of sketchy when they said something about it to begin with, and you asked, did I do? No, I did not. I did not communicate with these people. I didn't give these people my YouTube page. They either got it from someone else, a third party, and willingly started watching me, or they just searched me for themselves and start watching me. All of that has nothing to do with me at all. But anyway, I'm just happy that the case has been reopened with my daughter because I wasn't gonna let that slide. It's just not at all, not at all. So yeah, if you may see that I may have some mental issues, could you imagine this going on with your children and then your kids getting snatched away from you and then you not able to talk to your kids? Yeah, yeah. I think I'm doing doggone good to have a mental illness the way I have or about this situation because I don't have no mental illness. I know what's going on. I understand hard times are hard times. I just don't let it get to me and weigh me down. But me not being able to be around my children, that's one thing that certain individuals knew was going to get to me. But they wanted it to weigh me down. But that's going to only make me fight harder for my children because I'm not finna just live without my kids. I'm not finna just, I'm just not going to do that. So, um, and got help with all that. So they opened up the case. I'm telling you, Judge, what's going on day to day. Because, even though you don't see me, it's easy to actually just say something about somebody if you don't really know them. So just like everybody else that's listening, I want you to know who I am. And you'll be able to figure that out and decipher that for yourself in the videos down below. Um, I guarantee you by the next time you see me, you'll think of me completely different than how you probably didn't really have too much thoughts of me to begin with because something just didn't seem right. So it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize ahead of time because I cuss a lot. But now that I know that you're watching me, I try to keep my language, professional. But most of the time I'm at home. Well, all the time I'm at home, and I should be able to speak how I want to at home. And my mama, if she was still living, she would have told you that I have a really, really bad mouth, like a sailor mouth. But my parents are not living. They passed away 13 and 11 years ago. So it's just been old shells taking care of all these children by herself, no family, no nothing. Anywho, as I went to my caseworker and we was talking today, well, I didn't go to her, but we was talking today about the situation. I was really concerned about this light bill because y'all it's supposed to snow next week. And I can't put all my money on the light bill. At this present moment, I'm on prepaid lights because my light bill ended up going to up to $700 or $800. I don't even understand how that even happened when my light bill was paid off. And it was like $250 a month when wasn't nobody even in his home. So they were trying to get some understanding of why my light bill is so high and what they can do for some help with helping me with my light bill because with me not being able to work at this present moment due to the court ordered evaluation and what I got to do surrounding my kids and stuff like that, yeah, that's an issue. But we're trying to figure out how we're gonna work around it, okay? Since I'm supposed to have a mental issue. And I guess I can't say I'm gonna use that to my advantage, but if that's what was put on me, then I guess that's what it is. Um, and not to mention the lady was just like, baby, it's too cold for you to be in a house without no heat. She was just like, y'all understand light. She said, but you gonna have to have your heater on. And I told her, well, with me paying day to day, and then everything that I put on my prepaid light bill, they take 50% of it to put towards my last bill or my old bill. So even if I put $100 on there, I'm only gonna get $50 on my light bill, which is not gonna last me too long with heat. And you gotta cook and you gotta wash dishes and all the rest of that old stuff. And that was another thing that kind of worried me, just the normal day to day things that I have to do or have or need for myself. All right, so past all that, I'm just giving you a rundown on what's going on in my life and what I did today. Let me think. So yeah, I ended up walking to the store, and as I was walking, thankfully I ended up getting a ride back because I twisted my doggone ankle. So I don't know how long them groceries gonna last, but I'm over here, and all of this is stemming from the fact that somebody came to my house and bust my car windshield. I can't say all of it is stemming from, but I wouldn't be out here walking. I bought my car, like I buy all the rest of my cars, because I don't like bills. And somebody deliberately came to my house and bust my windshield, and I couldn't get it fixed. So I'm just like, well, what's the point of me just holding on to a car? You can't drive with a busted windshield. Like I have the pictures. It was completely busted. I couldn't go nowhere. You can't see through it. And I had glass all in my seats. So I couldn't even get in the car. I mean, I could have. I probably could have vacuumed it out or swept it out or something like that. But still, it you don't want to be driving when if you hit the brake hard enough, all the glass could come just shattering all in your face. That's just kind of how I seen it. They were looking into my income taxes because, like I said, if I had my taxes, I would have my car. Like it's not an issue for me to have a doggone vehicle if I got my doggone money. But anywho, um, that's what's going on at this present moment. Yes, Judge, I filed my taxes April the 18th, 2022. at H&R Block, and I still have yet to receive it. They said it was supposed to be coming in the mail. They said it was supposed to be like 6 weeks, and it still has not gotten here yet, and it's October. So it ain't like I'm walking because I want to walk. It's walking because I'm still waiting on my money to be able to afford a car, because all the rest of my money is going to me living. Okay? All right. But yeah, when I talked to the police officer, they was asking me questions about how long I've talked to so said individuals that got the order of protection against me, yada yada yada, because I do have to go to court Thursday. Judge, I ain't never been to court this much in my life. Matter of fact, I ain't never seen the inside of a courtroom until now. I don't even go to no police precinct. I don't deal with police officers because I don't have that type of lifestyle at all. Like, all of this is even new to Chattanooga Police Department, because when they pulled up my record, they said, who is this girl? Like, we don't know her. We don't even know her on these streets. She's not a known person at all. Now, because I'm a mother, I be at home with my kids all the time. If the only time you see me is out with my kids, and that, you don't really see too many police officers at the grocery store or at children's functions and stuff like that. So they don't never see me. They trying to get more information about the situation too, and I'm more than willing and happy to ask or answer any questions that they may have to ask, because it's not true. All of it was falsified, and they know it. And now they finna turn around and ask questions about why said individuals was lying on my name, knowing that the facts that they said it was supposed to be facts that they was giving the police officers for order protection was a lie. Because I ain't even been around these people, don't talk to these people. And if I got a YouTube page and they decide to actually view in on my page when I didn't give them the direct access to my page, meaning they chose to do that to themselves. Nobody told them to come over here. I'm not harassing nobody. This is my life. And this is what's going on with my life and everything surrounding the situation with my kids. This money, stolen money. Yeah, it was a stolen inheritance. Well, not inheritance, but insurance money. It sure was. And my identification being stolen. But I've already reported that to the federal agents that I need to report it to, about stolen IDs and everything else, because why in the world when I went and got it? I even show it to you, Judge. I only still have my paper identification. The hard copy never came to my home. And then it was supposed to have been a check that was mailed to me that did not come to my home. And I talked to the company or place that was supposed to be mailing the check. They said they mailed it to me, but it did not come to my home. I also reported that as well. So it's a lot more than just, you know, a custody battle. Because before 5 months ago, none of this was going on. Me and my children was living a happy, healthy life, minding our doggone business. And everybody else decided to be invested in our business and create a whole bunch of lies and chaos surrounding me and my children. But that's not the thing that got to me. So as I'm outside today, going to the store, getting me some snacks, because since I don't smoke weed anymore, marijuana, excuse me, to keep my system clean and keep me calm, I eat pecan pies and ice cream almost every day, knowing I don't need to, because that may be bad for my health because diabetes running my family. But that's kind of what I'm doing right now to deal with all the mental stress that I'm going through. I end up running into a young guy that plays football with my son and goes to school with my son, my oldest. And he was telling me some things that broke my heart. He said that he was like, man, your son real smart. And I was just like, yeah, he really is. Like, all my kids real smart. And he was like, yeah, I was talking to him one day, and he said that he was just like, man, he don't know what's going on. All he know is he got separated, or they got separated from you. And I said, yeah, that's kind of what happened. So then the young man asked me, why don't I go to their football games? This is my son's first year playing football. And he was like, well, why don't you go to the games? Now, Judge, you know how hard it is to sit there and tell a child the reason why I don't go and support my kids is because their father has an order of protection out against me, meaning any place that I'm supposed to be to support my children, I can't be. So that's a little bit of information I never told my kids, because at the end of the day, if I tell my children the truth, they're definitely going to ask why. Because up until I said something to my ex-husband about this stolen money, he was at my house multiple times a day. Multiple times a day. He picked up my children for school. He dropped them off after school. He dropped the other ones off after school care. That's 3 times a day at least. They would go with him on the weekend, and they would be back home on Sunday, like clockwork. This has been going on for about 5 years. So it's hard to actually. So where am I supposed to see my kids? I can't go to their school and see them because they're actually at school, and I'm not finna just mess with their school work and stuff like that. And for my children to ask me, Mama, when are we coming home? And I can't give them no actual proof or no knowledge of when they're coming home. That's kind of, heartbreaking on both ends. So even if I go to the after school care, they are doing things. So the only time that they have is like 5 or 10 minutes when they get ready to line up, waiting on whoever for getting ready to come and get them from the after school care, which is their father. I can't be around him, so that means I'm deliberately being kicked out of my children's life off of lies because he put in the paper something since February, but I got video of that man being in my house and around me way after that. So that's all the recap that I got for you because I only got 25 minutes. I'm finna go eat my pecan pie. Bye.